Good afternoon, everybody. We're going to be working on page 162 tonight. We are going to be focusing on representing that multiplication, using multiplication in order to find our mixed numbers. So, we're going to have some word problems on this sheet of paper today, on this homework. So it's going to be really good for us to use this knowledge of multiplication and mixed numbers. Let's work with the first couple, 4, with 40 times 2 sixths. 40 times 2, remember we're multiplying that numerator, so we're going to have 80 sixths. With 80 sixths, we have to use division because we just can no longer just take out 6 sixths. It's just not going to work. It's just going to take forever. So let's use division to solve. So 80 divided by 6. 80 sixths. So 6 goes into to 8. If we have 8 dots, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We are just going to have one group of 6. One group of 6, and we subtract. One group of 6, and we subtract 6. Because 1 times 6 is 6. All right. 8 subtract 6 is 2. Bring down the 0, and let's use our skip counting. 6, 12, 18. Oh, perfect. This is as close as we can get. That is 3 groups of 6, and we subtract. Now, we would normally get a remainder 2 right here, right? But for today's math, we are working with fractions, so it would actually be 2 and sixths. So 13 and 2 sixths. Okay. Perfect. So let's work on D together, and I'll have you work on E and F on your own. So with D, 24 fifths. I don't know this off the top of my head, so I'm going to do some basic math on the side here. 24 fifths. 5 times 4 is 20. Bundle. 5 times 2 is 10. Plus 2 is 12. 120. So 120 sixths. Okay, so remember, we have 120 sixths. We have to use division to solve because we just don't want to keep putting 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. It just takes forever. So for this, Cam, how many groups can we get out of 1? We can't, so that's 0. But how many groups can we get out of 12? We can get 2, because 2 times 6 is 12. So we're going to subtract 12. We get 0. And when we have to bring down a 0, we add 1 up here as a placeholder. So we have 20. So it is 20 whole.
Mario
is our answer.
Mario is leaving for...
Perfect. So 20 whole. All right, and so I want you to work on E and F, doing exactly what we just practiced right now. And pause the video. I'm just going to work with you on that first word problem and have you solve the other 2. Remember, pause the video if you need to in order to solve E and F on your own. All right, so let's work on this first word problem, and then you can do the rest. Colton is playing with interlocking blocks that are each 3/4 inches tall. So he's got blocks here, right? And they are 3 inches or 3/4 tall. Okay. Now he makes a tower using 17 blocks. How tall is this tower in inches? So if I really wanted to, I can just make these blocks 17 of them. But this is just going to take too long. What we can do is that we can use multiplication to find the answer, right? 17 times 3/4. Remember, 17 times 3. I don't know what that is yet, so I'm going to do some multiplication on the side. 3 times 7 is 21, bundle. 3 times 1 is 3, plus 2 is 5. So I got 51 fourths. Now here we need to divide. So let's work on our division to find our wholes. 51 fourths, or 51 fourths, or 51 divided by 4. 4 can go into 5 just once. We'll subtract 4. And we'll get 1 and bring down this 1. And how many times can 4 go into 11? Well, let's skip count to find out. 4, 8, and 12. This is too much, so 8 is perfect. And that's 2 groups. And we'll get 3. Alright, so that's our remainder. We usually would put remainder 3, but in this case we are using it as a fraction, so 3 fourths. Right? 3 fourths. So 12 and 3 fourths is our answer. Alright. Work on 6 and 7 tonight using just the same strategy we used for 5. I hope that this is easy for you today, and I hope that you had a great time. Alright. Until next time.